Behind every small business lies great challenges. Climate change, health risks, economic uncertainty, a future that seems fragile and yet resilience has always taken root. In Thailand, micro, small, and medium enterprises are much more than just businesses. They are the beating heart of the community and the economy. They feed families, spark innovation, create progress, and keep dreams alive. Generali, together with the United Nations Development Program, continues its commitment to building an inclusive and prosperous future. A future that protects lives, businesses, and the ambitions of tomorrow. That promotes well-being and stability. A future where people come first. SME Enterprise, a Generali project to build a deeper culture of sustainability to protect the future. A future that grows from deep roots. A future that starts here.
Sawadika. Good morning. Buongiorno. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hani Cholapansanarula. Very honored to be here as your host, and on behalf of the United Nations Development Program and Generali, a very warm welcome to today's event, Protecting the Future, Building MSME Resilience in Asia. I hope all of you are having a wonderful time, and today we are very privileged to have esteemed guests joining us. So I'd like to take this moment to give a special welcome to His Excellency Paolo Dionisi, Ambassador of Italy to Thailand. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Dr. Benjarong Suwarnakiri, Vice Minister of Finance, Thailand, and Her Excellency Eba Scholl, Germany Deputy Head of Mission to Thailand. Also a warm welcome to everybody joining us online. Ladies and gentlemen, today's event is part of the Generali UNDP partnership that is focused on expanding access to insurance and risk finance, closing the protection gap, and also supporting the vulnerable communities. This is also the second Asian edition of the SME Enterprise, which is Generali's flagship initiative to foster sustainability among small and medium enterprises, and also to help them transition to a more sustainable business model. So let's take a quick look at today's program. We have the agenda coming up on the screen. You'll be hearing from distinguished leaders, speakers who will be sharing their strategies on how to build MSME resilience here in Asia and, of course, in Thailand as well. Review insights from the latest UNDP-Generali research and discover innovative insurance solutions. Now, if something inspires you today, please feel free to share your experience on social media by using these hashtags: Protect the Future, SME Enterprise, Insurance for SDGs, Financial Resilience, and Generali for Sustainability. All right, it's about time to start now. Without further ado, I'd like to invite His Excellency Paolo Dionisi, Ambassador of Italy to Thailand, to the stage to present his remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for His Excellency Paolo Dionisi.
Buongiorno, good morning everybody, Sawadee Kap everybody. Dear Vice Minister Suwarnakiri, dear Mr. Terzariol, my friend, the resident representative of UNDP, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by expressing my gratitude to Generali and to UNDP for convening this important gathering. And let me express my personal tribute to Generali regional manager Arsh Kaumi, who has really made a difference in his tenure. So congratulations, Arsh. Allow me also to express, as Italy's ambassador, a particular sense of pride in Generali's engagement in this partnership, which is both a reflection of national excellence and a demonstration of global responsibility. Such partnerships are becoming increasingly necessary to respond to the multiple challenges that both the public and the private sector are facing. As we witness a rise in the frequency and impact of adverse natural events, in fact, we must act jointly and decisively to improve awareness, preparedness and adaptation at all levels. A particular focus in the Asia region shall be given on micro, small and medium-sized enterprises. They are the engine of the economy and the fabric of society, accounting today for roughly 97% of all businesses in the region. In the ASEAN bloc alone, MSMEs accounts for about 85% of employment and for nearly 45% of GDP. Simply put, MSMEs are the backbone of our societies and fundamental to long-term prosperity and social inclusion. Today, they face growing and disproportionate risk related to exogenous events. Small businesses often lack the resources to absorb shocks from floods, as we saw last week in Thailand, storms, droughts, or market disruption. As recent UNDP-Generali research notes show, those same SMEs are also those that remain most vulnerable to external shocks. A flood or heat wave can interrupt production and destroy stocks. The cyclone can cut off supply chains, and the aftermath of a pandemic or economic crisis that we have seen can wipe out earnings for small companies without safety nets. This vulnerability is worsened by a persistent protection gap. An estimated 88% of potential disaster losses in the Asia-Pacific region are uninsured, and in ASEAN, fewer than 5% of SMEs possess any kind of insurance. So there is room for Generali to grow. This vulnerability is worsened by a persistent protection gap. Closing this gap is an urgent development priority. Insurance and risk financing are not luxuries in these situations. They are crucial instruments for safeguarding people's incomes and for assisting business in recovering and prospering. At the same time, it is also important that actions be put in place to prevent these exogenous shocks, or at least contain their effects. These are problems and challenges that affect us all. And the Thai government, and I'm glad that the Deputy Minister is here, is really tackling very, very urgently this matter. So I salute what the government is doing, and especially their engagement in protecting the poor communities in the north. I was with the Prime Minister recently, and really I salute his engagement in this. Italy has long recognized that sustainability and resilience are not optional, but rather essential for our future. Similarly to Asia, our economy is strongly dependent on the work of small and medium enterprises, which are among the drivers of Italian excellence in different sectors. Today, we are making significant investments in renewable energy and energy efficiency through the National Integrated Energy and Climate Plan. Among the key targets of this plan is the goal of generating approximately 2/3 of the country's electricity from renewable sources by 2030. In this context, part of the funding provided under Italy's National Recovery and Resilience Plan has been specifically directed towards small and medium-sized enterprises. Italian SMEs benefit from dedicated incentives to invest in renewable energy systems for their production processes, thereby contributing both to the decarbonization and to their own competitiveness and long-term resilience. Anticipatory action, resilience, and adaptations are also drive our international action. Cassa Depositi and Prestiti, our sovereign fund, has, for instance, recently signed 2 memorandums of understanding with the Asian Development Bank, aimed at strengthening cooperation in the Asia-Pacific region, with a specific focus on energy transition and the challenges posed by climate change. In the last few years, we also renewed our contribution to climate finance by pledging over 300 million euros to the Green Climate Fund and another 100 million euro to the Loss and Damage Fund, as well as by establishing the Italian Climate Fund with a total endowment of 4.4 billion euro to support projects to address climate change and its consequences in partner countries. At the same time, our development cooperation programs put a strong emphasis on sustainability and adaptation, and we are currently implementing a series of initiatives with international partners in the field of sustainable development. In the region, for instance, we are working with our partners, which aims to support small-scale fisheries and aquaculture in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, a just transition to a green economy must include every actor, especially the small and medium-sized enterprises that are the backbone of our societies. Increasing resilience, this is not only a matter of survival, but also a path to innovation and shared competitiveness, and a prerequisite to ensuring survival in the face of these dramatic events. To do so in an effective and sustainable manner, a multi-stakeholders approach relying on different expertise and capacities is needed. For this reason, we are proud to work with all of our partners in Asia and elsewhere to foster climate resilience and inclusive growth that leave no one behind. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Dionisi, for that meaningful message that resilience is not just a policy goal, but it is a shared responsibility. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this morning we're also very privileged to have with us the Vice Minister of Finance, Thailand. Please warmly welcome Dr. Benjarong Suvarnakiri to deliver his remarks. The Vice Minister, Thailand.
Good morning. His Excellency Mr. Paolo Dionisi, Ambassador of Italy to Thailand, Madam Assistant Secretary General Kun Kani Wignaraja, my apology, distinguished guests, UNDP-Generali colleagues, friends from financial sectors, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for me on behalf of the Ministry of Finance to be here. We join here today on an important agenda on a regional event protecting the future, building micro SME resilience in Asia. I appreciate the partnership of UNDP and Generali in convening this important conversation to strengthen the resiliencies of Asian micro SMEs, not only for today's risk, but also for uncertainties of tomorrow. Micro, small and medium enterprises are the heart of Asia's economies. In Thailand, the micro SME account for 99% of all enterprises, and this is similarly so in most of the Asian economies. In Thailand, micro SME and small medium enterprises generate more than 1/3 of our GDP and employ nearly 70% of our workforce. When micro SMEs are strong, the Thailand economy and society are also strong. Over the past month, the Thai government has rolled out the Quick Big Win program under the 5 pillars and 1 foundations. Many of you who follow the news closely, you will have heard of this 5 pillars and 1 foundation. With limited time, I will not go into the details of the 5 pillars, but I'd like to take some time to highlight some of the key activity that may be of interest to this forum. Under the first pillar, we need to revive the local economy. We do so in a Quick Big Win program focusing on stimulating the economy using the half-half plus co-payment scheme. While many of you viewing from the outsider may seem this as a consumer program, but at the heart of it really is a micro-enterprise program. We enlisted almost 1 million micro-enterprises into this program, and also 20 million consumers who are generating up to today about 40 billion baht in spending already. And with its name, half-half plus, the word plus has particular meaning. It's not a mere stimulus in the short term, but in the plus we just announced this week a program to upskill 400,000 micro SME into the digital commerce, the food delivery program. We do this also providing incentives for this micro SME with additional 20% of their sales up to 2,000 baht for each merchant. as long as they can enroll into a new digital platform and achieve at least 5 transactions. We work with the Department of Business Development, the Government Saving Bank, to provide online courses to teach them digital marketing skill, digital commerce skill, and all other necessary accounting skill for them to build a successful business. In the pillar 3 of our 5 pillars and 1 foundation is the SME particularly designed pillar. For this, we are planning to inject over 200 billion baht of loans into the SMEs. We know that the problem of SME in Thailand today is their lack of access to liquidity. We're looking to provide also the 50 billion loan guarantee for the SME through the Thai Credit Guarantee Agencies, and also 100 billion that goes to the micro SME as well as the medium-sized exporters for them to weather the economic storm. We're working through the specialized financial institution, or quote-unquote, in layman term, the government banks, in order to have the program to support the SME in different segments that these SFIs or the government banks are responsible to. We want to particularly focus on the supply chain as well, because we know that SME who work with the large corporates are in the bigger supply chain, and they are, with the right information, able to tap better liquidity than they currently do. The Big Brother Little Brother program will be providing tax incentives for the large corporates to invest and help SME onboard into the e-tax, e-withholding platform, to onboard onto the PromptBiz platform, which is a platform built by National ITMX in order to provide supply chain financing to fill in the gap of the account receivable and unlock liquidity for this SME. And we know that SMEs are in tough time. We know that they're facing competition not only from local but also from abroad. So we are taking measures to ensure that there is fair competition of SMEs with the importing goods. We are implementing the de minimis value rule, will be effective from 1st of December onwards. In the past, we waived the import charges for the goods that is below 1,500 baht. From 1st of December onward, any goods that come into the Kingdom of Thailand will be calculated the tax accordingly. We're also investing heavily to ensure that basically we expand the businesses for the micro SME. We are investing in a system that connects government procurement to the PromptBiz framework in order to also unlock the procurement money for the public, from the public funds to the SME much quicker. Under Pillar 5, we focus on investing long-term for the economy. On this, we focus on revamping the process, upskill the people, and also building new sectors and new technology for the economy. In this, of course, we work with BOIs, and for many of you would know that BOI work closely with large corporates and foreign entities. We designed a special program with BOI in order to provide grants for SME who want to take on research and development and enhancement into green initiatives. We also work with the Office of SME Promotion in order to provide similar grants at a smaller size for micro SMEs, for them can take on digital solutions from digital provider in Thailand and also the green initiatives as well. This will be supported by a soft loan and a bridging loan for the SME in order for them to start moving ahead and build the resilient future for themselves. Those of you who have been at Thailand, you know that this government is very short-lived. My employment contract is only about 4 months, and we are now about 2 months past. Some of you may wonder, well, such feat, that Mr. Benjarong is describing, can this be achieved in 4 months? Well, I have 2 months left, right? Usually when we enter private sector, I have probation about 6 months, but this whole employment is 4 months. The good news is that 70% of these measures that I mentioned to you is either already approved by relevant committees or have already been endorsed by the Economic Policy Committee, chaired by the Prime Minister himself. So these are moving quickly through the cabinet within the next couple of weeks, and you will see this basically on the ground and in operations before the end of December. Taken together, these measures reflect Thailand's commitment to build the micro SMEs that is resilient, competitive, and future-ready. Our approach integrates financial support, the regulatory reform, human capital development, ensuring that the micro SME across Thailand have the tools they need to withstand shocks and seize the new opportunities in rapidly changing global landscape. Resiliency is the needed skill for this era, and I'm confident that this measure will help advance this essential skill and truly protect the future of Thai micro SME. Ladies and gentlemen, Thailand stands at a pivotal moment. Our quick big win strategy, the 5 pillars and 1 foundation are designed to address immediate needs and build groundworks for the greener and more resilient and more inclusive future for Thai economy. By strengthening the household resilience, empowering SMEs, advancing the future industries, and laying foundations for the longer-term growth, all underpinned by the fiscal discipline, we are shaping the development path that is sustainable and people-centric. The partnership between UNDP and Generali sets an important benchmark that we want to see, not only in Thailand, but in Asia. By bringing together development expertise and private sector innovations to collaborate to offer the micro SME a practical tool to anticipate and manage risk, strengthen their resilience. This is the contribution that Thailand deeply values. As micro SME face growing pressure from climate risk that His Excellency have rightly mentioned, the rapid changing economic demand, and the insights that you will get from today, especially those on well-being, protection, and risk management, will provide a timely and useful perspective to complement Thailand's broader efforts to support the micro SME resilience. I hope the experience that you get today and also the initiatives from the government that I share today will benefit all the stakeholders and the discussion that you will have later in the session today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Benjarong Suvarnakiri, Vice Minister of Finance Thailand, for sharing the Thai perspective, the policy landscape, and also the future directions for micro SMEs. Ladies and gentlemen, next we turn to our key partner in this initiative. Please warmly welcome Julio Tesario, CEO Insurance at Generali, to deliver his message.
Good morning, everyone. It's a great honor to be here with you today, and I'm especially pleased to be in Bangkok, which is a truly international city full of culture, opportunities, talents, also good food. It's always good that, but also one of Asia's most vibrant business centers. And the spirit of openness, collaboration, and innovation is exactly what we want to celebrate here today. All the people gathered in this venue share the same belief that SMEs are not only the backbone of socioeconomic development, but also the core driving force behind it. They are the key engines in building communities and advancing society. At Generali, we deeply understand that, and we deeply understand their importance, and we are committed to develop insurance solutions and to continuously improve our processes and service level to deliver them the best possible customer experience. These solutions are designed not only to meet their needs, but also to help them thrive and succeed. Supporting MSME is a central part of our strategic plan, is a crucial component of our mission to be a lifetime partner, and it is also a sign of our unwavering commitment to sustainability. In March, we held in Brussels the 4th European edition of SME Enterprise. This initiative supports the resilience and innovation of many SMEs, and over the past 4 years, it has inspired many entrepreneurs to integrate sustainability into their business models. And today, here in Bangkok, through the Asia edition, we aim to work with regional partners to advance this vision even further. Together, we want to promote a culture of sustainability by fostering the resilience and innovation of MSMEs also in this wonderful region. In Asia, MSMEs account for about 97% of all businesses. They are at the core of the regional economy and support millions of families and communities. However, we also know that they are most vulnerable to various challenges like climate fluctuation, supply chain disruption, and rising operating costs. All these risks have a real impact on daily activities, on daily operations, on investment decisions, and also on the long-term development of MSMEs. This is why we at Generali have decided to take actions, and our strategic partnership with the UNDP is a cornerstone of this effort. Through the UNDP Insurance Risk Finance Facility, we combine the UNDP rich experience in sustainable development and community building with Generali expertise in insurance, risk management, and financial protection. Together, we are committed to enhance the financial resilience of MSMEs with the goal to help them cope with climate change and other systemic risks. Our cooperation is not just conceptual. We are jointly developing a holistic solution that combine risk prevention, risk mitigation, and risk transfers, solution which can be delivered through aggregators such as digital platforms, cooperatives, and financial institutions. This year, our partnership has reached a new milestone with the launch of the 2025 Generali UNDP report on MSMEs. The report provides data and insights that form the basis for real actions. It explores the risks faced by MSMEs across Southeast Asia, showcases innovative local solutions, and highlights the crucial role of women-led enterprise in driving inclusive and sustainable growth. Serving as a platform for collective actions, it has policymakers, the private sector, and development partners to translate evidence into action for MSMEs resilience. In Thailand, our collaboration with the UNDP continues to deepen. We are jointly advancing several key projects. This includes the development of the digital toolkits for people protection, and also working with regulators and local institutions to reduce the protection gap. We are also actively promoting improvement in the social protection system, enhancing public insurance and financial literacy, and helping businesses better understand how to use protection system to achieve long-term sustainability and a growth development. At Generali, we want to be the lifetime partner for our customers, and this means not only providing support when challenges arise, but also identifying risks in advance to help businesses and the society successfully prepare. The pursuit of innovation and resilience require collaboration, persistency, and courage. And our journey from Europe to Asia demonstrates that progress multiplies and amplifies when people and institutions are coming together and sharing a common goal. We will continue working together to build an ecosystem where MSMEs can thrive and succeed. We look forward to a future where innovation and resilience become a daily practice, and you can count on Generali. Now, please allow me to introduce Ms. Kani Vinaraya, UN Assistant Secretary General and Regional Director for Asia and the Pacific at the UNDP. She couldn't be here in person, but she has prepared gently a video remark for us. Thank you.
It is a pleasure to join you for this year's SME Enterprise Asia event in Bangkok. My warmest greetings to our partners from the Government of Thailand, Generali, the MSME and insurance industries, and colleagues. Now, we know that micro, small and medium enterprises are the backbone of Asia's economies. They've always been. They're often run by women, youth and informal workers. And together, they account for over 97% of businesses, 80% of the labor force, and nearly half of ASEAN's GDP. Yet, these are the very enterprises that remain highly vulnerable to shocks that can erase years of hard-earned progress overnight. Now, that is why UNDP and Generali have joined forces to combine development and insurance expertise and to deliver solutions that protect the future of the small farmer, the small business owner, so they can recover faster and grow stronger, even amidst some of the most vulnerable situations. Now, over the past years, our partnership has delivered very concrete results. For instance, we have completed comprehensive research on MSME resilience in Thailand, Malaysia, and India, bringing new data and insights on how small businesses across different value chains can better manage risks. We have created a platform for SMEs to access affordable and tailored insurance, and we have launched the SME Loss Prevention Framework in Malaysia, which helps them manage their flood risks and soon to be fire risks as well. And we will be launching today the MSME Health and Well-being Toolkit for Thailand, which helps entrepreneurs better understand and manage workplace and personal risks using digital tools. So together, we have shown that insurance is not just about compensation after disaster. It is a tool for prevention, for preparedness, and ways forward that give people a little more courage and a little more hope. Today's events marks another milestone as we celebrate a new phase of the UNDP-Generali partnership. We will expand to more countries in Asia and beyond and continue to showcase value and impact by closing the protection gap and making resilience something that is very tangible. So thank you to Generali, our government and private sector partners, and all innovators recognized today.
A big round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. And that was Ms. Kani Wignaraja, UN Assistant Secretary General, and she's also the Regional Director for Asia and the Pacific at UNDP. Her message reminds us that resilience begins with access, inclusion, and also partnership. So this actually brings us directly into the upcoming session. It's a fireside chat titled, How to Build MSME Resilience in Asia. As we have heard from our speakers, MSMEs are the backbones of economies, but they do face vulnerabilities from the shocks, from the risks, whether it's climate, whether it's health, or financial problems. Across the region, millions of micro SMEs are still operating informally, and many are uninsured without safety nets. But we are seeing innovation, we are seeing new business models, and also we are seeing solutions which can perhaps actually help see micro SME growth and also resilience. And now we are ready to dive deeper into this session. Without further ado, and now I'd like to call upon our speakers to the stage. Please put your hands together to welcome Lucia Silva, Group Chief Sustainability Officer, Generali, Gert Trogeman, Regional Program and Global Policy Network Manager at UNDP Bangkok Regional Hub. And also please welcome Mr. Roberto Leonardi, Asia Regional Officer at Generali. A big hand, please. So I have to say buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
And what's the word? Come sta?
Perfetto.
All right, so it's a pleasure to have you here in Bangkok with us, and we are looking forward to learn from your insights. May I begin the first question with Lucia? Why does building resilience for micro SMEs matter now more than ever? And how can we actually move from acknowledging their vulnerabilities to creating scalable resilience? Please share your perspectives with us.
Great question. I think that like many of the speakers before me somehow started giving some answers. SMEs are the backbone of the economy here in Asia, in Thailand, and all over the world actually. And they really, so helping them means helping the overall society. We have heard that they are not just, the overall market in terms of organization. Here in Asia, they account for 97% of the overall organization, but they are also like an engine for jobs. So helping SMEs to be more resilient means helping the society to be more resilient. And this is a focus that we have been having starting from a while ago. And we gave a lack of structure and focus on SME resilience in our strategy, Generali strategy, especially having as a focus societal resilience and supporting SMEs in being more resilient against climate change catastrophes and impacts. And here the key words I think is prevention. So as insurer, we like when our client, they don't need us. So they need coverage, but first of all, they prevent risk before they hit themselves. This is, I think, the purpose of insurance. And then we have, and that's why, so we put it like in our strategy as a precise focus. And 5 years ago, so the focus of SME started with the initiative SME Enterprise. We launched it 5 years ago in Europe. We have already like thousands of SMEs involved in this initiative. And then last year we decided to focus also and enlarge this program in Asia, and the opportunity was the partnership with UNDP. And of course, like the threats and the challenges are so big that having a partner as UNDP really enlarge our reach and the capacity to make an impact. And that's why this renewal of the partnership with UNDP is so key, is so important. So again, I think that overall there are two key words important. One is resilience and the other one is collaboration. And under this collaboration, I think there are three main focuses. The first one is to raise awareness. And later on, UNDP will showcase the report that we have prepared. And this report is important. Data are important. We need to fight misinformation. We need to provide data to policymakers, to key stakeholders to take informed decisions. So this for us is an important pillar of our partnership. The second is risk prevention and loss prevention, so make SMEs aware of the risk in the sense that, as I said before, for us it's better that the risk don't hit our clients. And the third one is like coverages and provide innovative coverages to SMEs in order for them to come back and be really resilient to shocks.
All right, so definitely this shows us that action cannot wait, and which brings us to collaboration. The next question is for Gerd. Could you tell us more about this partnership and why collaborating with the private sector is so important to the UNDP?
It's a very general but also very specific question at the same time. No? The simple truth for us, for anybody working in this field of development, is that the complexity and systemic nature of the development challenges that we face today cannot possibly be tackled by individual actors. They cannot be tackled by governments and traditional development partners alone. Take MSME vulnerability, climate shocks, rising risks, not just in terms of the frequency, but also in the terms of impact of natural disasters. This is not for individual actors really to find solutions for. We need to work together in this. Private and public sector need to work together in order to really be able to achieve sustainable and long-term solutions to these type of complexity and challenges that are embedded in it. The partnership with Generali and UNDP, I think, exemplifies it very well. You have a development partner and an insurance partner working hand in hand and bringing their respective complementary advantages to the table. From a UNDP perspective, we bring a very broad, multi-sectoral, but very integrated mandate that spans governance, inclusive growth, environment and climate, finance, gender equality, health, disaster risk reduction. But it allows us to really apply this type of integrated mandate with a systemic lens, with an integrated lens to the type of issues that we're facing. So we can, in a context of MSME vulnerability, we can look at social protection, climate adaptation, community resilience, local governance in one go, if you wish. But we could not do that really effectively without Generali as a partner who brings the type of business and risks expertise, the ability to design and tailor financial protection tools and instruments for MSMEs, but also to reach out to MSME communities who are beyond UNDP's reach per se. So collectively, I think we have a much broader reach. So in short, you could say UNDP's focus on policy, on finance, on budgets, on national systems, combined with Generali's insurance expertise and business networks, allows us to really look for and identify, tailor, scale development solutions for MSMEs that are tailored, that really respond to the type of issues that were outlined by the previous speakers. So if you ask me in very general terms, why is it important for us to work with the private sector, and in this case Generali? Number one, we reach more people. Number two, we design better solutions. Number three, we can scale resources. And number four, collectively, we will advance to more lasting and sustainable impact in the development outcomes that we are trying to achieve.
So partnership is key in creating awareness and also to develop solutions. Now to Rob, given that micro SMEs account for 97% of businesses in Asia, but there are vulnerabilities, as we've heard. Of course, there are risks and a major protection gap. So how can the Generali and UNDP partnership turn this vulnerability into scalable resilience? And what message would you like to pass on to the private sector to see this journey accelerated?
Thank you, and good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to have everyone here for this event today. I think the problem statement has been clearly laid out. The vast majority of businesses across Asia, just like Thailand, are MSMEs. They contribute a very significant proportion of the overall economy, but many of those businesses, if not almost all of them, have significant challenges and are not insured. And some of those challenges are climate risk challenges. Many of them are just simply health challenges, that there's a single person who is running a business, and when he gets ill or she gets ill, the business stands still. And this is a very serious problem in many countries, that people are not insured or have access to any kind of healthcare. The role of Generali in all of this is really to help to close what is a very substantial protection gap. We are announcing today a new report with the UNDP, which includes the data that we need to understand the resilience of value chains in countries such as Thailand, and to develop value-driven solutions for local MSMEs. We've been protecting people as an insurer for almost 200 years around the world. And you've heard that we've been working on this in Europe for quite some time, and we've had an opportunity to affect the future of thousands of SMEs. And certainly our objective in Asia is precisely the same. The size of the problem is just much more significant, if you want to look at it that way, that you have economies at a much more early stage of development, potentially with much larger exposures and risks, given the vulnerabilities around climate change that we have in the region. So we have had previous success in Europe. We have started our journey in Malaysia and are showing early progress, as well as in Thailand. And we will also move on to other markets in Asia during the course of the next few years as we develop our capabilities and execute the solutions that can help, hopefully, some SMEs or MSMEs, as many as possible, to deliver value for themselves and to make themselves a little more secure in the execution of their journey, despite all of the risks that exist in the environment. So UNDP and Generali have extended their partnership for another 3 years. So we have an opportunity to really work together to develop tools and empower MSMEs in Asia to protect their growth and to protect the development not only of their economies but also of their lives and their businesses. Through the Insurance Innovation Challenge, we are supporting local innovation by providing funding and technical assistance to insurers, insurtechs, and other solution providers. This enables the private sector to develop innovative insurance solutions, again, to help with resilience and protection for MSMEs. As we've mentioned, they have to deal with so much, the MSMEs, in terms of climate and environmental and health risks. And we need to find ways to help them manage their resources better. So this means not only going beyond developing solutions, but ensuring that the MSMEs have access to risk management and risk assessment tools that will enable them to be in a better position to understand what their needs are. So digital tools, social protection, ecosystem level solutions are all areas that work together to strengthen the financial stability and MSME resilience across the nation. Through these digital tools, the MSMEs can conduct health and risk assessments, and this can eventually lead to strengthening also social protection and facilitates the co-creation of ecosystem level solutions for health, life, and other insurance business, as these things are increasingly integrated into the social fabric and social insurance systems of a country. So all of this takes time and teamwork. I think, as has been said, it is not something that can be developed by any one actor in the environment, but the various parts of the equation and the value chains have to work together in order to develop these solutions to build an environment that not only can survive these types of events, but they can also build a sustainable future to ensure that they can regularly survive such events, as they, of course, will continue to happen across countries in the region. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, we know that the partnership has been extended for another 3 years, so this question comes back to Lucia. Could you outline the future direction of this collaboration, highlighting on the opportunities, especially on the health focus solutions, and also the global value chains?
Well, let me say that we started SME Enterprise in Asia in Malaysia. And last year we were focusing a lot on loss prevention when it comes to flooding, and soon also fire will be added. And here in Thailand we have been focusing more on the health part. And given the impact that SMEs have on jobs, the health part is key. So what is next? What is next is a lot of awareness. I think this is like the first ingredients to make sure that on one hand, all the stakeholders, all of you actually really focus on the topic of SMEs and really think about SMEs as an engine for resilience, but also as a fragile, let's say, chain of the society. And actually, when we started the SME Enterprise initiative, the reflection, the rationale was really about like there is not enough focus on SMEs. Everyone, when it comes to sustainability and to resilience, focus on big organizations and then forgets the value chains, forgets the small and medium enterprise, the micro enterprises. And that's why I think it's so important to focus on these counterparts. And this is a call for action, not only for ourselves and UNDP, but for all the stakeholders here in the room and connected online, because I think that it's never enough to talk about SME enterprise. And then I wanted also to share with you a lesson that we have learned, because having 5 years of experience in SME enterprise in Europe, we have learned that there are a lot of small and medium entrepreneurs that are like champions of sustainability. We call them sustainability champions, sustainability heroes. And I really kind of invite you also to discover these kind of role models, because we have found that many of them can teach to big organizations, also as Generali, you know, how to integrate sustainability into the core activities. And we have learned a lot. I'm pretty sure that we will learn also in the future. And I think this is not only a kind of, again, Generali UNDP, but really invite you to focus on this topic in your decision making. And my call for action is also for media, because I think that it's very important to talk about SMEs and to focus on good practice and highlight the importance for SMEs to be resilient. This is a matter of societal resilience.
Now, Gerd, based on the success of the existing partnership, what are your expectations on this new cycle of collaboration that's going to take place?
Well, we have really big expectations, advisory tools, for example, that are easily then accessible for larger constituencies, but also the type of financial protection solutions that can be tailored to different communities. I think there's space to further grow, and I think we have a level of experience and insight through the first initial years that we can build on and further expand. So at the end, you know, in one sentence, what is clear is that it's not only about, say, a national development strategy. It's ultimately about the economic and competitiveness strategy of a given country that holds it, which again, circling back to the first question you had, development and economic success and competitiveness, I think, go hand in hand.
All right, we have about a minute or so, so this last question is for Rob. Would you like to leave any concluding takeaway on how to build resilience for micro SMEs in the region, in Thailand, and also a bit more, if we don't take action now, what will be the real risks in the next 2-3 years?
Sure, so I'll try to keep this very brief. I'm a pretty pragmatic person. And my advice to everyone who is involved in this process is not to try and boil the ocean. There is an extremely large challenge out there, and it is too much to expect that any one or any several group of organizations are going to be able to solve this problem in some rational period of time. But we definitely want to make a dent in it. So in each market, we need to identify what is the most obvious challenge, the most immediate risk that we can address and resolve, and go after that to put in a pragmatic solution in place so that at the very least for a segment of the SMEs or MSMEs in a market, we have developed a solution that when the next flood or the next climate disaster or the next health problem arises, we have definitely reduced the risks to the overall economy and the overall ecosystem and made the government's challenge a little bit smaller, at least. So we need to find what part of the value chain can we act on quickly and address and come to solutions, because that is the best way to create a model that can then be replicated for other segments of MSMEs.
All right, that's all the time we have for the Fireside Chat. How about a big round of applause, please, for Rob, for Gerd, and Lucia. Thank you for your insights. There's a lot to think about and a reason to act. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was an insightful discussion from our speakers. They've shared practical ways in how to build resilience for micro SMEs in Asia. Next, we'll take a closer look. We'll actually be exploring a recent finding on resilient strategies for micro SMEs across the region. There has been some interesting research done on how MSMEs can better manage risk and also build long-term protection. Our next speaker has been closely engaged in this work and will walk us through some of the key insights and give us a clearer picture of what resilience, the resilience journey looks like on the ground. I believe we are ready now, so without further ado, please warmly welcome Lauren Carter, Deputy Lead Insurance and Risk Finance Facility at UNDP. A big round of applause, please.
Sadika, and good morning. Today we'd like to take the opportunity to share with you some of the key findings from the joint research done by UNDP and Generali on building MSME resilience in Asia. As you've heard, MSMEs are the backbone of Asia's economy. In some countries, they even comprise 99.9% of businesses. And this trend is echoed here in Thailand, where 99.5% of all businesses are MSMEs, and 40% of those are run by women. However, despite their contribution to socioeconomic growth and development, MSMEs remain highly vulnerable to shocks, which undermines the resilience of countries, regional, and global GDP. Some of key risks threatening MSMEs in the region include climate risk, as Asia is the world's most disaster-prone region. Political and macroeconomic instability and financial fragility are other risks facing MSMEs. Health is another key challenge, as micro and medium enterprises, illness and injury can stop business entirely. There's also key systemic risks like air pollution or extreme heat stress, which can cause significant economic losses. Fire is another key risk facing MSMEs, and women entrepreneurs face these risks and more as they have gender-specific barriers, such as disproportionately limited access to financing and markets, unpaid care burdens, and restrictive legal frameworks in some countries. However, MSME vulnerability is both a development challenge and a commercial market opportunity, as the majority of MSMEs in Asia lack insurance, and at the same time, insurers are challenged in serving MSMEs. This is due to a variety of reasons, including a lack of perceived value proposition to MSMEs, the fact that MSMEs are often difficult for insurers to reach. There's also a lack of data on the different risks and needs faced by MSMEs, and there's not a homogeneous risk pool. All MSMEs are not the same. They vary widely based on their age, sector, geography, and also if they're led by women. So how do we address this challenge? UNDP and Generali propose a three-step process to building holistic MSME resilience. The first step is to segment your SME by the economic value chain that they operate in. For Thailand, we selected 3 key value chains. The first, the wholesale and retail value chain, employs 2.4 million people. Meanwhile, the accommodation and food services value chain is one of the largest in terms of the number of enterprises here in Thailand, with 260,000 unique businesses. And finally, the Thai rubber value chain. Thailand is the world's largest exporter and producer of rubber, and this contributes 9% of local GDP. We then focus on the aggregators who are already working with these MSMEs and are already engaged in their business activities. This can include lenders, trade associations like the Thai Rubber Association, digital platforms and apps like Grab, and payment services providers. We then look at the key risks and needs of MSMEs by their value chain. For example, across Asia, different risks like climate change, cash flow management, and product and property damage were some of the most common risks faced. However, insurance is not how MSMEs manage these risks. Instead, many of them use digitalization programs and digital platforms to build their resilience. However, alone, these are not enough. So how do we bring it all together? We focused on building holistic resilience solutions based on different value chain characteristics, the aggregators present in those value chains, and type of risk faced to propose holistic resilience solutions. For example, in the Thai rubber value chain, flooding is a huge risk faced by many of the MSMEs operating in this value chain. So for example, you can combine early warning systems and flood sensors, which are risk mitigation tools, with crop loss insurance, and channel these solutions through relevant aggregators working with these MSMEs already, like the Thai Rubber Association. It's also critical to consider digital platforms, which are key for effectively reaching these MSMEs. But this also isn't just a local problem. For example, if MSMEs in Thailand and the Thai rubber value chain can't produce key rubber, this will have a material impact on the global economy. So for example, in Italy, $55 billion of annual turnover is related to rubber products. So if they have a downstream problem from Thai value chains, that has an impact on Italy and Europe's economies. So how do we do this together? MSMEs can't build their resilience alone, and it's not just a one-person problem. Everyone in the room here has a role to play. So for the public sector, it's critical to create an enabling environment that promotes responsible innovation. For policymakers, this means to provide regulators with a clear mandate and supportive ecosystem development, including identifying specific barriers such as digital literacy or property ownership that might disproportionately affect female entrepreneurs. For regulators, encourage the promotion of responsible innovation, including regulatory sandboxes. And for the private sector, for insurers, understand and segment MSMEs according to their value chain and key risks, develop tailored solutions to meet those challenges, and leverage alternative and innovative distribution channels to reach those MSMEs. And for aggregators, consider partnering with insurers and insurtechs to develop solutions for the MSMEs in the value chains that you work with. For the development sector, our role is to support the public sector in improving the enabling environment, developing a solid evidence base that promotes key trends and enhancing MSME resilience, and to provide financing and technical assistance to incentivize insurers in the local community to develop innovative products, encourage smart bundling with other products and services, and improve distribution channels. So, there's a lot more information in all of the suite of research that we've done together, so I invite you to scan the QR code behind me and learn more about the different research across various value chains in Asia. The first report focuses specifically on Southeast Asia and Malaysia and Thailand value chains. We then took that approach and scaled it to South Asia with a focus on Indian value chains, and we've also taken a look at how to specifically build holistic resilience solutions for women-led MSMEs. Kapunka, thank you.
Thank you very much, Lauren, for those valuable insights and putting the regional picture into focus. Ladies and gentlemen, now we shift our attention to Thailand. As you know, micro SMEs, they play a central role towards the economic recovery, job creation, and also local development. We have seen continued efforts to support micro SMEs through better access, protection, and preparedness. So what's the current landscape for? Welcome to the stage, our moderator, Diana Almoro, Regional Asia Advisor, Insurance and Risk Finance Facility at UNDP. And also our esteemed speakers joining us in the session, Dr. Nopong Thirawan, President at National SME Federation, Dr. Thanyapon Kriti Thayawut, Executive Director, UN Global Compact Network Thailand, and also we have Assistant Professor Dr. Saksit Ratcharak, Senior Vice President of SME Development Bank. Diana, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. Buongiorno, Sawadee-ka. And that is the limit of my Thai in the 7 years that I've lived here. So I'm sorry that we will have to do this panel in bilingual, and we invite everyone to use the headsets that were provided on your seats, and English is on channel 1. It's my pleasure to moderate this panel and continue this very interesting conversation. We've already heard from the previous research and also from our distinguished speakers before, you know, the very key reflections on MSME resilience from both the global level and also from the lens of Asia's very fast evolving economic landscape. And based on those reflections and the research that also Lauren just presented, we would like to bring the discussion closer to home here in Thailand, although, you know, we've heard some really key insights from the previous sections. But I think we will have to step back a bit because in the previous section, we kind of talked about very specific insurance solutions. There's a very distinct focus on risk transfers. But with me today are three distinguished leaders who speak and work directly with the MSMEs themselves, who face those very risks that we heard about. And so this conversation will not really just be focused on insurance. It will touch upon some of the key principles I think that Lucia mentioned. It's understanding risk, preventing risk, and really managing risk through different solutions, including risk transfers. Right. And so maybe I will start with Kun Nopong. From your perspective at the Federation of Thai SMEs and in representing the interests of the sector, what have been the key challenges to the health and well-being of MSMEs that the Federation has observed, and how have these issues really impacted their business growth and sustainability?
ก่อนอื่นเลยขอโทษนะครับที่ต้องพูดภาษาไทยเนาะเพราะสื่อสารได้คล่องขึ้นนะครับคีย์สำคัญของการเข้ามาแก้ปัญหา SME เนี่ยส่วนหนึ่งน่าจะต้องเข้าใจโครงสร้างของ SME ก่อน SME ไม่พอนะครับต้องเติม M Micro SME เข้าไปในประเทศไทยเนี่ยมีผู้ประกอบการอยู่ประมาณ 3.25 ล้านรายแบ่งคร่าวๆเนี่ยเป็น large company เนี่ยเป็น big company large company เนี่ยอยู่ประมาณ15,000 รายเป็นถัดมาเนี่ยเป็นมีเดียมเนี่ยก็ประมาณ 65,000 รายนะครับตัวสำคัญก็คือตัว small เนี่ยมีอยู่ 420,000 รายแต่มันมีไมโครอยู่ข้างหน้านะครับไมโครอยู่ข้างหน้าเนี่ยคือ 2.75 ล้านรายอันนี้คือคีย์สำคัญนโยบายกลไกภาครัฐการซัพพอร์ตต่างๆที่ออกมาจากกลไกรัฐในรอบ10 ปีผมใช้คำว่าในรอบ10 ปีนะเท่าที่สมาพันธ์ SME ไทยเก็บข้อมูลมาเนี่ยส่วนใหญ่พอช่วยเหลือ SME คนที่มีความพร้อมเท่านั้นที่เข้าถึงคนที่มีความพร้อมในที่นี้ก็คือ Medium Enterprise มีความพร้อมที่สุดในกลุ่มที่เราเรียกมันว่า MSME เพราะฉะนั้นไม่ว่าจะเป็นมาตรการการเข้าถึงแหล่งทุนก็ดีมาตรการการช่วยเหลือในเรื่ององค์ความรู้หรือว่าการเข้าไปจัดกิจกรรมในการส่งเสริมหรือว่าช่วยเหลือผู้ประกอบการ MSME เนี่ยคนที่เข้าถึงก่อนก็คือมีเดียมไม่ได้บอกว่าไม่ดีไม่ได้ปฏิเสธการช่วยเหลืออันนี้แต่ถ้าสามารถแยกมาตรการที่ลงไปในแต่ละไซส์ของผู้ประกอบการ MSME ได้ก็จะดีมากเหมือนไมโครอย่างเงี้ยมีผู้ประกอบมีการจ้างงานอยู่3 ราย 5 รายอย่างเงี้ยโอกาสในการเข้าถึงแหล่งทุนไปคุยกับธนาคารคุยยังไงก็ไม่ง่ายก็มีความท้าทายสูงมากรวมไปถึง small size ซึ่ง2 อันนี้รวมกันก็คือ 3.17 ล้านรายจาก 3.25 ล้านรายที่เป็นผู้ประกอบการไทยทั้งหมดนะครับเมื่อเช้าไม่ใช่เมื่อเช้าเมื่อตอนเริ่มเซสชันเนี่ยได้ฟังท่านนโมเนาะก็บอกว่ามีโครงการหนึ่งที่มาน่าจะเป็นโครงการไม่กี่โครงการที่ตอบโจทย์โดยภาพรวมแล้วก็ลงไปถึงไมโครของผู้ประกอบการไทยได้ดีก็คือคนละครึ่ง plus อันนั้นก็ต้องชื่นชมรัฐบาลเนาะแต่ว่าจริงๆก็คือมันต้องแยกอย่างนี้ครับมันต้องแยกว่าไมโครเนี่ยจะมีมาตรการอะไรเข้าไปช่วยเข้าไปส่งเสริมคีย์อีกตัวหนึ่งก็คือโอกาสในการเข้าถึงแหล่งทุนโอกาสในการเข้าถึงองค์ความรู้โอกาสต่างๆพวกนี้เนี่ยก็ต้องแตกต่างกันมาตรการที่รัฐจะช่วยเนี่ยก็ต้องลงไปในส่วนของไมโครกับสมอลเนี่ยเยอะหน่อยแล้วก็ต้องล็อกสเปคนะครับย้ำอีกทีต้องล็อกสเปคนะครับถ้ามาตรการที่ลงไปแล้วบอกว่าช่วย MSME เนี่ยสุดท้ายมันจะไปถึงกลุ่มคนที่มีความพร้อมก็คือมีเดียมก่อนเพราะมันต้องล็อกสเปคว่ามีผู้ประกอบการมีการจ้างงานไม่เกินเท่าไหร่ซึ่งรายละเอียดพวกนั้นก็จะอยู่ในไมโครกับสมอลเนี่ยมาตรการช่วยเหลือมันถึงจะลงไปถึงคนกลุ่มนั้นอีกประมาณ3 ล้านกว่าราย
Thank you, Dr. Nopong. And we take note about your reminder that, it's not just about the SMEs, but also we need to be inclusive and to also address the needs of the more than 2.5 million micro enterprises. And as you will see later on, the Generali and UNDP solutions also really cater to the needs of the micro enterprises. I'll move on to Mr. Saksit. As a financial sector leader, you work directly with MSMEs to start their business and to grow their business, but also in navigating the risk that they need to prepare for and to recover from. So in your line of work, what have you observed as the key challenges that MSMEs face when they try to access financing to prepare for and recover from shocks?
ครับก็ขอบคุณนะครับก็ขออนุญาตใช้ภาษาไทยนะครับจะได้สื่อสารในความซับซ้อนของ SME นะครับโดยเฉพาะ SME ประเทศไทยขออนุญาตขยายความต่อจากท่านประธานสมาพันธ์ SME ต่อนะครับธนาคาร SME D Bank หรือสมัยก่อนเรียกว่า SME Bank ตัว D มาจากคำว่า development นะครับเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยผมฉายภาพโดยสรุปให้ฟังนะครับพันธกิจหรือบทบาทของธนาคาร SME D Bank เนี่ยฉายภาพให้ฟังง่ายๆ3เรื่องแรกนะครับนอกจากเป็นสถาบันการเงินแล้วเนี่ยเรื่องแรกเนี่ยเราพูดถึงการทำอย่างไรให้ผู้ประกอบการ SME เข้าถึงแหล่งเงินทุนได้มากที่สุดเพราะฉะนั้นสิ่งที่เราทำคือเรามีเพื่อนเยอะครับเรามีหน่วยงานภาครัฐเรามีหน่วยงานเอกชนที่อยู่ภายใต้ของพวกเราทำงานร่วมกันมากกว่า40หน่วยงานด้วยความเป็นธนาคารของรัฐเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยเราทำร่วมกับหลากหลายหน่วยงานได้ทั้งหมดอันนี้คือพันธกิจที่1เพราะฉะนั้นการที่ทำให้ผู้ประกอบการ SME เข้าถึงแหล่งเงินทุนเรามีหน้าที่ในการเข้าไปช่วยเหลือในการบ่มเพาะพัฒนาผู้ประกอบการให้เข้าถึงแหล่งเงินทุนให้มากที่สุดยกตัวอย่างเช่นไปประเมินเรื่องของความสามารถในการก่อหนี้ในปัจจุบันนี้ผู้ประกอบการ SME บางรายไม่รู้ตัวเองนะครับว่าตัวเองมีความสามารถในการก่อหนี้มากน้อยแค่ไหนเราอยากปล่อยเงินผู้ประกอบการอยากได้เงินแต่ไม่รู้ว่าตัวเองบางครั้งมีภาระหนี้สินอื่นๆติดเครดิตบูโรก็ดีอาจจะทำให้ส่งผลกระทบไปในเรื่องที่2ที่ทางธนาคารทำนั่นคือหลังจากที่เข้ามาสู่แหล่งเงินทุนได้แล้วอย่างที่2คือธนาคารปล่อยสินเชื่อจะต้องไม่ให้ผู้ประกอบการเป็น NPL จักรวาล SME เป็นเรื่องที่หนักหนามากนะครับโดยเฉพาะประเทศไทยเราพยายามที่อยากจะให้ผู้ประกอบการ SME เข้าถึงแหล่งทุนแต่อีกภาพหนึ่งอีกมิติหนึ่งจะเห็นว่าผู้ประกอบการ SME ของไทยน่ากังวลมากนะครับเพราะกำลังจะกลายเป็นซอมบี้กำลังจะกลายเป็น NPL ที่มียอดที่สูงขึ้นธนาคารมีหน้าที่บทบาทที่ทำให้ลด NPL ปัจจุบันนี้การดำเนินงานของเราดีขึ้นเรื่อยๆนะครับผู้ประกอบการ SME เนี่ยเป็น NPL ลดน้อยลงทีนี้การที่เขาเป็น NPL ด้วยเหตุผลหรือปัจจัยอะไรอันดับแรกครับเรามีการประเมินที่เรียกว่า business health check หรือการประเมินสุขภาพธุรกิจปี 2568 หรือ 2024-2025 ปัจจุบันนี้นะครับมีผู้ทำประเมินสุขภาพธุรกิจมากกว่า 12,000 รายปัญหาอันดับแรกที่น่ากังวลสำหรับ SME นั่นคือเรื่องของการเงินในที่นี้เนี่ยหลากหลายมิตินะครับจาก75แฟกเตอร์การเงินในที่นี้เช่นการใช้บัญชีที่ไม่ตรงวัตถุประสงค์นะครับการไม่รู้ว่าตัวเองเนี่ยกู้เงินมาแล้วจะทำแผนในการผ่อนชำระคืนได้อย่างไรหรือแม้กระทั่งการ convert ตัวเอง transform ตัวเองให้เข้าสู่ระบบบัญชีดิจิทัลเรื่องที่2ที่น่ากังวลนั่นคือเรื่องของการตลาดปัจจุบันนี้ไม่ว่าจะเป็นสภาพการแข่งขันที่เปลี่ยนแปลงไปมหาศาลการตลาดที่มีการปรับตัวค่อนข้างรุนแรงนะครับ SME ยังไม่สามารถปรับตัวเข้าสู่การตลาดโลกใหม่ได้หลังจากที่เราพยายามที่จะพัฒนาไม่ให้ SME ที่เป็นลูกหนี้ธนาคารเนี่ยตกชั้น NPL ในขณะเดียวกันพันธกิจที่3ของธนาคารนั่นคือการที่ทำให้เขาเนี่ยเติบโตขึ้นไปอย่างยั่งยืนนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยเราจะมีอีกกลุ่มหนึ่งที่หลุดจากข้อที่2ไปแล้วเนี่ยข้อที่3ที่เติบโตแล้วเพราะฉะนั้นธนาคารเราผลักดันครับเรามีหน่วยหนึ่งที่ชื่อว่าหน่วยร่วมลงทุนธ ธนาคารร่วมลงทุนกับผู้ประกอบการเพื่อให้เขาเติบโตเรายังมีพันธกิจในการที่จะผลักดันให้ผู้ประกอบการไปใช้แหล่งเงินทุนที่ขนาดใหญ่กว่าธนาคาร SME D Bank นะครับอันนี้ก็จะเป็น3บทบาทหลักของธนาคาร SME D Bank นะครับ
Thank you, Ka. So I think listening to Mr. Saksit, we're starting to form a small alphabet soup. Mr. Nopong just started with the importance of M. I think Mr. Saksit, you emphasized the letter D, development, and also P, partnership, to help with the business health of Thai MSMEs, and also to help them steer away from the risk of indebtedness. Thank you for that. Moving on to Ms. Tanya, through your engagements with the MSMEs and also with the government, particularly with the Office of the SME Promotion, how is UN Global Compact working with the MSMEs to help them better manage their risk and build resilience?
Thank you. I'd like to switch the floor to be in Thai together with the panel. เริ่มจากการที่สมาคมเครือข่าย Global Compact หรือว่า Global Compact Network Thailand เนี่ยเป็นองค์กรของสหประชาชาติที่เราขับเคลื่อนภาคธุรกิจส่วนใหญ่แล้วในประเทศไทยอะค่ะ 70% ของ GDP เป็นสมาชิกกับ Global Compact แสดงว่าสมาชิกของเราเนี่ยเป็นบริษัทขนาดใหญ่เรามีการวิเคราะห์ว่าเขาอะมีเครือข่ายพันธมิตรทั้ง Small SME แล้วก็ Medium เยอะแต่ในขณะเดียวกันค่ะทางการส่งเสริมวิสาหกิจเพื่อสังคมหรือสสวเนี่ยเห็นว่า Global Compact เนี่ยมีองค์ความรู้เยอะทำอย่างไรเราจะได้ไปช่วย Micro SME เมื่อตอน 2023 เราได้เริ่มโครงการที่ทำ Policy Advocate กับรัฐบาลไทยในเรื่องของ Bio Circular Green Economy ก็เลยต้องมาช่วย Micro SME อย่างที่พี่เอกว่าทำอย่างไรให้ประมาณ 1,000 รายที่เป็น Micro เนี่ยเขามี Competency งานวิจัยตอนนั้น Global Compact รายงานว่ามี 4 ประเด็นที่เป็น landscape issue ในประเทศไทยเรื่องแรกไม่มีคนทำงานเพราะว่าบริษัทเขามีจำนวนคนน้อยมากต้องทำงาน7วันไม่มีใครมาทั้งพัฒนาสินค้าและผลิตภัณฑ์ไม่มีเวลาเรื่องที่2บางที่มีคนแต่ไม่มีนักพัฒนาที่จะมาทำโปรเจกต์อันที่3เขาไม่มีเทคโนโลยีอันที่4ไม่มีเงินเป็นเรื่องสุดท้ายเราก็เลยตกใจว่าถึงแม้ว่าเราพัฒนา policy ที่ support เขาก็ไม่มีความสามารถที่จะทำโปรเจกต์ที่มัน bankable ได้เราจึงย้อนกลับไปทำ capacity builders Okay, I summarize that in a way of English that might be speed up. So with the Global Compact, we had tools and develop the competency with the OSMEP and also hope that with the bank, we like to provide a policy advocate with the government of Thailand and also bring the Climate Change Act, the Clean Air Act into the policy of the implementing on the payment for ecosystem and also supporting society in the way that the small and micro SME can earn the benefit of doing the cap and trade policy on carbon emission footprint, doing some of the digital data on the carbon emission tracker tools, and we hope that small SME would earn some benefit of using the digital platform, and then we need to build on the capability with them individually together.
Thank you, Tanya. And apologies, we're running out of time, so I'm going to have to cut the last question. But I think we all agree that there's no shortage of issues and challenges facing the micro, small, and medium enterprises of Thailand. But also, I think it's good to see that from these challenges, opportunities will arise. And I think on behalf of the Generali and UNDP team, these are also the opportunities that we will continue to explore together with the Thai Federation of SMEs, UN Global Compact, and also the Thai SME Development Bank. And with that, please join me in giving them a round of applause. Thank you so much for your rich insights. ขอบคุณค่ะ All right. I think I have the pressure as well to bridge us to the next part of the program. So I think you would agree with me that from everything that we've heard from whether the ambassador, the vice minister, to our speakers from the Fireside and also the leaders working with the SME sector, It reinforces really a strong message, and that is that MSMEs really want to protect their business operations, and that includes their personnel. They want to strengthen their business and grow it, and definitely they need to build resilience. And in order to do so, they will need to access practical and easy-to-use tools, which brings us to the next part of our program, and I think previous speakers have already alluded to this. If you heard Lauren's presentation, she highlighted that air pollution is becoming a critical risk to MSMEs in Thailand, and it's really affecting their business growth and also the health and productivity of the owners and the employees. And in response to this, and as part of the partnership of Generali and UNDP, we have developed a digital risk assessment tool that really is designed to help Thai businesses understand the risk. Earlier, you would have heard also from Lucia, right, that before we even find out what insurance is suitable for these MSMEs, we need to understand the risks first. And so this digital tool really focuses on this emerging risk in the country, which is air pollution. And this tool provides sector-specific guidance and resources to help MSMEs really understand the risk and also how to manage the risk against air pollution. And with that, it's my great pleasure to officially launch the Generali UNDP MSME Health and Well-being Toolkit. Let's have a look at this video.
Micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSMEs, are the backbone of Thailand's economy. They account for more than 99% of all businesses, generating income for millions of families and sustaining local economies across the country. However, they face a growing and often underestimated threat: the deteriorating health and well-being of their owners and employees due to persistent air pollution. The impact is already measurable. Analysis shows that during high pollution months, outpatient visits for related diseases increased by 8 to 14%, and alarmingly, that figure has grown 28 to 35% year on year. Because MSMEs often rely on just a few key people, even one person falling ill can trigger a chain reaction, disrupting operations and weakening Thailand's economic fabric. To protect these essential businesses and their people, Generali has partnered with the United Nations Development Program to create the MSME Health and Well-being Toolkit. This digital platform starts by raising awareness, helping you understand how risks like air pollution can impact your business. Next, it offers a simple self-assessment. Just enter basic business information to estimate your exposure to health and pollution-related risks. But it goes beyond a score. The tool draws a clear connection between health risks and business performance, reinforcing the case for proactive action. Based on your results, you'll receive practical, affordable recommendations tailored to your business, like improving ventilation or providing protective equipment. Ultimately, this promotes a culture of health within your business. And on a larger scale, anonymized data helps shape better policies for all MSMEs. Protecting MSME health is not just a social responsibility, it's an economic imperative. Together, we can build healthier businesses and a more resilient Thailand. MSME Health and Well-being Toolkit. Better health, better business.
A big round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. That was the launch of our brand new Health and Well-being Toolkit. That's a comprehensive resource designed to support MSMEs in fostering healthier and more resilient workplace, especially when it comes to air pollution. So up next, to get into the details and see concretely what Thailand's solutions are for supporting MSME resilience here, we have two speakers who will take forward this upcoming segment. So please join me in welcoming on stage Neve Collier-Smith, UNDP Resident Representative Thailand, and Ash Komi, CEO and Country Manager, Generali Thailand.
Sawadika. Buongiorno. Hello.
Sawadika.
It's very nice to see you again, Arndt, and a pleasure to be part of this fantastic dialogue today. Excellencies, partners, Generali, UNDP, and partners here in Thailand as well. We have the pleasure of focusing today on how this collaboration is resonating into practical action here in Thailand. Now, we know that UNDP's work is shaped both by the challenges and the opportunities, and that we've heard a lot about the challenges so far. There's challenges at a scale of a different era that maybe we hadn't anticipated before, whether it's on climate action, whether it's on vulnerability, whether it's on health risks. But the opportunities also are of a different grade and a different generation than they were before. And we see the kind of opportunities already in the conversation so far today. One of those opportunities is around rapid digitalization and the ability to take data, to take insight, and to create curated tools that can close the socioeconomic gaps when it comes to insurance and really target the people that are the lifeblood of the economy here in Thailand, and that's the MSMEs, their employers, and their workers. Now, the strength of our partnership, I think, comes from our complementarity, our commitment as UNDP to try and work on some of the most difficult intersectional problems of sustainable development, and the deep experience and network that Generali brings when it comes to insurance. And so here that's translated into two concrete pieces. And I know you're going to talk a little bit about one that we just showcased here now, the Toolkit for Health Well-being that looks at addressing MSME risks. And then the second, and we look forward to inviting some of our partners up onto the stage shortly as well, is how we've co-created together an innovation challenge that encourages insurers to take their solutions and really make sure that it reaches those most in need. Now, both of these two initiatives here in Thailand have a dual focus. One is to protect people, and two is to drive MSME business sustainability and to grow those businesses. There's a huge focus, including in our work and collaboration with partners here in Thailand, on Thailand's economy, on Thailand's competitiveness, and the focus of our conversation here today, I think, is going to be fantastic in driving that. But let me hand over to you now, Arsh, on the first of those two principles.
Thank you so much. Welcome to all of you. Savadi Khap. Put Pasa Thai Nitnoy, so I'll switch to English. When I look at MSME from an insurance lens, I would like to break it into 3 stages. It's a journey, but it's a 3-stage journey. Stage 1 is awareness, 2 is loss prevention, and the 3rd is where insurance protection kicks in. On awareness, I must say that UNDP has done a great job. While today we see it as an event, I know the team on the ground and Lauren, everyone engaged, have done an incredible job over the last 1.5 years in creating awareness on MSMEs in Thailand. The reports that you saw, I read the Thailand report, it's very insightful, very useful in understanding not just from the insurance perspective, but also holistic perspective. I would also like to thank everyone who's here, His Excellency, Mr. Paolo Dionisi. We had the Vice Minister of Finance. We have all our partners. A special thanks to Khun Sakchai for being here, to the Generali Group senior management, UNDP. It's an honor. And also to our friends from the media who are also helping us in creating awareness, not just in Thailand, but in Southeast Asia. The second step, or the second stage on loss prevention, Lucia spoke a lot about it. That's very critical, I would say. That's the most important. And unfortunately, we haven't done much work on that yet. The toolkit you saw is a step in the right direction. I know Malaysia is doing a lot on loss prevention. There's a lot that we can learn from. And also from Generali Group, and there's a lot that we can bring here. And thanks to UNDP collaboration, we can really make an impact, a meaningful impact in Thailand. On the third topic of insurance providing protection, that's an area where I'm more comfortable with. We're one of the leaders in health insurance in Thailand. We believe there are 2 acute challenges that Thailand is facing because of demographics. One is that the medical healthcare cost is going up significantly, and it's outgrown the capacity to earn income. And that's where insurance can play an important role. We're working with the Thai government, especially in Bangkok, in making insurance affordable, in making healthcare affordable. The other challenge, acute challenge facing Thailand is the longevity, people living longer. I hate to say this, it's good that people are living longer, but that also is a challenge if the resources are not available. We're working closely again with our partners on providing retirement solutions for people, especially from the MSME background, again, making it affordable. So we'll continue to work on this direction, and hopefully we'll be one of those institutions in Thailand, together with the support of UNDP, to make some difference to the Thailand economy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think it's a very good point when we talk about aging society, right? Our overall aspiration of every person in this room, I think, is to be very old, and happily so. And so there's the opportunity that we have to seize in that risk that nonetheless is shifting patterns of behavior and shifting economic practices as well. And today, I think we're seeing, coming up after us now, two of such opportunities where you have people really thinking about how to turn a challenge into an opportunity. And these have come up through the Innovation Challenge that UNDP and Generali have put forward together. And it focuses in on this question of how to help Thailand expand its universal health coverage. Now, there's been huge progress in this area and a number of schemes already in place. The Vice Minister spoke to some of these earlier today. There's the Universal Coverage Scheme, the Social Security Scheme, the Civil Service Medical Benefit Scheme, but there's still gaps that remain. And those gaps are turning themselves into vulnerabilities. So whether it's absenteeism or income loss, and as we saw, very visually compelling as well in that short presentation, even the loss of one worker's time can have a knock-on effect on the viability of a business and its growth. And so two of the proposals that we put forward today are going to do exceptional things, I think, in trying to close that gap. Now, the first one is around trying to embed insurance for MSMEs and employees directly into the kind of processes that business use. So directly into the payroll system, into merchant networks, or the gig work platforms. And that means that businesses and their owners, their workers, they'll be more easily able to enroll in insurance without extra steps and without extra paperwork. And that means that the platforms can be more quickly customized as well, and including for women-led enterprises, and we saw earlier how important that was. And we think that that will help to expand insurance reach. Now, the second is an AI-powered insurance platform, which will simplify group insurance enrollment. So the AI agent will help to guide the users through all possible plans in plain Thai, in this case, matching products to company size and budgets, forwarding pre-qualified leads to licensed brokers for faster quotations, and ultimately offering a bundled service that will again help to raise interest, access, and awareness around insurance. So there are the two pieces that I know we're going to talk a little bit about more in a minute, but I do just want to close by saying thank you to Arsh and the team here. This has been a fantastic collaboration so far. We're delighted that it's going to continue over the coming years together, and I'm hoping that many of our partners here in the room, maybe today is the first time learning about this engagement, maybe you've already been working closely together, but I hope that you see and seize the opportunities that come from this conversation today as well. So thank you so much, Ka.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Neve and Ash, please kindly remain on stage. Up next is the presentation of the Insurance Innovation Challenge, which offers a prize of $40,000 along with technical assistance to the winners. So we have two winners to announce today. The first company to win this prize is an AI-powered insurance platform which allows MSME owners explore and select insurance packages that best suits their business risk protection needs. And the winner is Clean Technology and Innovations, SME ประกันภัย Please welcome to the stage CEO คุณบุญชลิต เอื้ออาภรณ์ and the CPO Chief Product Officer คุณประวรปรัชตรักพิบูล Congratulations. And there will be winning. That's a big fat check, I would say. $40,000 US, along with technical assistance to insurers, insurtechs and other solution providers to develop innovative insurance solutions to enhance micro SMEs resilience and protection. So this is a proud moment for the team. Clean Technology and Innovations, SME ประกันภัย And this is where innovation needs impact, I would say. Thank you very much and congratulations once again to the CEO, Kun Bunchalit, and also Kun Pawanpat. Thank you. You can take the check with you. All right, moving along, ladies and gentlemen. We now will announce the second company to win the prize. This company will scale digital inclusive insurance for MSME workers by embedding micro health and life insurance directly to MSME workflows so business owners and employees can enroll seamlessly without extra steps or paperwork. And the winner is True North Technologies in partnership with Chaz Insurance Brokers and Chaz Life Insurance Brokers. Please welcome CEO and co-founder Deepak Savio, Benjamin Basse. Congratulations. And also, this team gets a big check worth $40,000 from Generali and UNDP in this partnership. Congratulations. Well, now we'll mark this moment on camera. These are the faces behind the real change and great impact for the micro SMEs. Partnership and possibilities. So congratulations once again to CEO and co-founder Deepak Savio and Benjamin Basse of True North Technologies. Thank you. And also we thank Neve and Ash for presenting the prize. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we now shift to a regional perspective to see how this partnership has evolved since the launch and what's next across other countries in the region. Let's hear from Malaysia, our pilot country, and India, soon to join the journey. Please welcome Fabrice Bernard, CEO of Generali Malaysia and country head of Generali Entities.
Sawadee krab. Good morning. Buongiorno a tutti. Excellencies, esteemed authorities, leaders from the industry, and representatives of associations, all the distinguished guests and colleagues. It's a real pleasure to be here today as we continue our journey of empowering small and medium-sized enterprises in Malaysia and across Southeast Asia. As you know, SMEs are the backbone of the industry, but unfortunately, only 5% of them in the region have any form of protection. In my company in Malaysia, we believe in Pitong Lang Pra, and I hope you will allow me to use the word of King Rama IX. We believe in putting the gold at the back of the Buddha statue. We believe that we need to help the people without anyone else looking. And we launched Generali Malaysia in 2023, and whilst we were focused in delivering our financial performance, we also invested a lot of time with this partnership with UNDP in order to make a significant change. And we are proud about this one-year journey, and we'll continue to go and to continue to invest so that we can really change the way that the SMEs are evolving. We can really change the way they are protected, and we really do that without thinking of the financial impact for the company. It's a real commitment that we have. Our SME loss prevention framework is a digital tool that we have created with UNDP to help the micro SMEs to assess and manage their climate-related risk. Initially, it was focused on flood exposure, but we have this year included the fire risk, as it was an increasing demand of our clients and also of the SME spectrum. We further plan to enhance it with all kinds of risks that are important for these micro SMEs, and this really reflects our commitment to deliver data-driven solutions to help the micro SMEs. In Malaysia, we are really proud to work with not only UNDP, but also jointly with key stakeholders, including the Central Bank, so Bank Negara Malaysia, and the SME Corp, the SME Corporation in Malaysia. We are coordinating as such the development of SMEs, and through our engagement, we have reached more SME via our national platform and strategic events. I really believe, as said by the other panelists, that it's a really long journey, but we really have to start now, as it really requires strong public and private partnership, where expertise, resources, and reach come together to really drive meaningful impact. With that, I would like to thank Generali Group and UNDP for their unwavering support and collaboration as we continue to build the micro SME resilience across Asia. And I'm very pleased to present to you the SME loss prevention framework. Thank you.
Small and medium-sized enterprises account for nearly 50% of total employment and 97% of all businesses in Malaysia. They are a pillar and a driver of socioeconomic development, yet many remain vulnerable to growing climate risks, especially floods and fires. Being aware of these risks is the first step to taking action. That is why Generali and the United Nations Development Programme's Insurance and Risk Finance Facility have created the SME Loss Prevention Framework, a digital tool to assess the readiness and awareness of SMEs to flood risk and fire risk, to offer prevention and protection advice, and increase their resilience. A multi-language platform currently available in English, Bahasa Malaysia, and Chinese, the SME Loss Prevention Framework leverages the power of data, awareness, and understanding of potential risk for businesses to define their exposure profile and develop specific action plans. Getting advice is simple. For fire risk, just select your industry. For flood risk, select both your industry and geographic location. Discover your risk profile, low, medium, or high, and learn how to protect your business with better risk management. The SME Loss Prevention Framework is an evolving tool. It will expand to include more geographies and types of risks. To protect more and more SMEs from across the region and the world against the hazards that might arise. SME Loss Prevention Framework. Greater awareness, greater resilience.
Thank you. And with humility, I ask everyone to continue to put the gold leaves at the back of the Buddha statue. And it's my pleasure to introduce the next speaker, Anup Rao, our CEO in India. Thank you.
Thanks, Fabrice. Very good morning, everyone, and greetings from India, and thank you for having me over today. I truly believe that insurance is not just a business, it can also be a force for good. And developing sustainable practices and risk mitigation tools, insurance can create a virtuous cycle. And what I mean by that is, when there's loss prevention strategy, it makes insurance cheaper for people to buy and helps penetrate the markets even more deeply. As far as India is concerned, the government is very keen on two initiatives. One is called Make in India. The other is called Atmanirbhar Bharat, or Independent Bharat. Atmanirbhar as in self-reliant. Both these are largely predicated on the SME businesses going up to scale in India. India already has 65 million SMEs, which employ about 280 million people. It contributes to about 30% of our GDP and 46% of our exports. It is really a thrust area for the country. Added to this, the regulator in India is looking at 100% penetration, insurance for all by 2047, which is 100 years of independence. It's the century of our independence celebrations. So I think we are in the perfect place. Added to that, we have a very strong local partner, Central Bank of India. A lot of policy in India is driven through, especially the banking sector, especially the PSU banks. And I do believe that Central Bank, with the number of SMEs it funds, could be a very key partner in driving this initiative for us. Finally, I would like to thank everyone for selecting us. I mean, Arsh and Fabrice have obviously done a great job, and I hope that we can do justice to whatever trailblazing activities they have done. We are grateful for the privilege, and I hope to welcome you all to India when we go live. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you, Anup, and thank you, Fabrice, for your contributions. We are very much excited about what's coming up next. And now, as we draw to a close, I'd like to welcome our last and final speaker of the day. Please put your hands together for Simone Bempura, Group Chief Communications and Public Affairs Officer, Generali.
Thank you. So good morning. Being an additional speaker is not good news, but being the last one is good news. So my duty is to conclude this meeting, so the first thing I want to do is to thank all of you who participated, the speakers, the representative of the parliament, of the government and other authorities. What you have seen today is something important, is an example of a decisive key feature of our society, which is the collaboration between the public sector and the government sector. If you think for a moment, until few years ago, this was not a normal thing to think of. And especially it was a matter of choice, right? The participation to businesses and private companies to the greater good was basically something that was solely demanded to the decision of the private sectors whether to do or not, because businesses thought our only job is to provide profits and dividends to shareholders. If you look at now, let me tell you that the situation is a little bit different. Of course, businesses are still very focused on being successful and creating a profit, and thankfully so. But the fact of being a part of society and contributing to the greater good is not anymore a matter of choice, but has become part of the DNA of businesses. And today, Generali and the UNDP and all the partners have given an example of that, and I think it's very important. Businesses are conscious that they cannot be prosperous if the society is not prosperous as well. And if you look also at the data today, the world GDP, 110 trillion, at least 65, some data says 90 trillion comes through the private sector. So it's obviously also a matter of resources. 4 keywords we have seen today, I just wanted to underline. One is relevance, and this is why we speak about the medium and small, small and medium enterprises, because they represent the bulk of the economy. Another one, obviously, is risk. And when we talk about risk, we talk both about prevention, which has to be done as much as possible, and mitigation, which always has to be done. And when we talk about risk, of course, this is why insurance gets into the picture. Now, you have to think about insurance as an infrastructure, right? You see highways, you see cable communications, you don't see insurance. But insurance is there and is as important as highways, airlines, and communication cables. It enables the economy and the life of people to flourish. The third one is, of course, technology. Especially today we talk about artificial intelligence, generative artificial intelligence, digital, because that is going to bring solution. And this is why both the private and the public sector has to be very careful, very engaged in developing and using technology to provide solutions. And the last one, of course, is people, is us, is our ingenuity, our will to come together, to dream big, and to provide solutions for a better world. So with that, I really want to thank everybody for being here and to continue together this great journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Simone. On behalf of Generali and UNDP, thank you all for joining us. Public-private partnerships like this are very vital for human and, of course, the economic development, helping micro SMEs become not only profitable, but also resilient and sustainable. So let's end with one group photo on the stage. How about I welcome speakers and the working teams to please kindly come up on the stage, and we will capture this moment together. So ladies and gentlemen, please, speakers, working teams, we'd like to have you on the stage so we can celebrate the success together. Meanwhile, I'm going to proceed to the floor, as I believe we have a lot of people coming up on the stage in this last and final moment. Please kindly join us. I believe that today's event, Protecting the Future, Building MSME Resilience in Asia, the conversations, the dialogues have sparked inspiration, action, and collaboration to make micro SMEs future ready. Please, ladies and gentlemen, speakers, working teams, join us on the stage for a picture moment. Now, how will this be done? Let me check with the photographer how to get the best picture. Because we have a big crowd on the stage, but that is good. It means a lot of collaboration, a lot of voices, a lot of minds and hands working together. Many hands. And of course, this picture will present the journey that we have built together. Generali, UNDP partnership, innovation, collaboration, all standing right here. And today was not just about discussions only, but it was about the directions that we saw, focusing on the expansion of access to insurance and risk finance, closing the protection gap, and also supporting the vulnerable communities. We also celebrated the success of two companies, Clean Technology and TrueNut Technologies, for their solutions in the second Asian edition of SME Enterprise, Generali's flagship initiative that empowers SMEs, micro SMEs to grow more sustainably and step into sustainable business models. ได้ภาพเรียบร้อยไหมคะยังนะคะ so give us a few moments